Folk and traditional music is a love it or hate it genre of music. The melodic vocals, rhythmic drumming, and sharp notes from the fiddle aren't always found at the top of the charts. To Canadian folk band 10 Strings and a Goatskin, this is no surprise. In fact, they don't shy from it at all.
Because a lot of people ask, like, are you trying to just show everybody what traditional music is and make everybody love traditional music? And I think that's a terrible goal to have, because you can't force anything on anybody. You can't force a style like this, because this isn't for everybody. Even back home where we're from, that are friends of ours who had no idea what it was, came to one of our shows. They're like, wow, this is super cool, and they're like, give me more bands to see. And now we have a lot of friends back home who like the music. We also have a lot of friends back home who hate trad music, and that's okay.
The band's humble beginnings started when the members were just boys playing their instruments in local pubs and at school functions.
It's a huge scene over where we're from. It's a huge part of the tradition, and lots of people still play. I mean, Caleb and I had our intro to it by going to the Sunday session. So every Sunday there's this little pub called Brennan's in Charlottetown, and you'd go and everyone would kind of like play tunes for like 3 hours and drink a whole bunch. It's a good time, especially like as a young person. It's like the best thing.
Like, I loved the White Stripes, so I'd play a lot of them in The Who. And then I met them, and they showed me what fiddle and traditional music was like. So I've been playing that style of music on the guitar primarily for the last 10 years now.
It happened so gradually that like we were just kind of like, we'd be on spring break and we'd go to a few shows at a festival or something, and then like all of our breaks started becoming touring time. And then when Jesse and I were in college, we'd have to like take time off school to go and do a tour, and even then, like, I still wasn't like, this is everything that I do now. Like I was in college for music business. Jesse was in college for
just music.
Yeah. And still then we were like, yeah, but we'll probably do other things.
But honestly, I don't think any of us really ever officially signed on for it. It just it's like kind of fell into it, which is like a nice kind of way to do it. You know what I mean? No expectations. You know, you don't expect anything going in, expect anything going out. We're just kind of
pleased when things go well.
Yeah.
The band played in a sold-out Daggy Hall March 1st. Currently, they are on a North American tour, drawing all types of different crowds along the way.
In the States, traditional music is a thing. It's the same kind of back home. It's not the most well-known thing in the world.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's like that anywhere. It's a niche. But when we do go in the States, we find a lot of places have these little hidden gems of people who play our kind of music that we can kind of meet and play with.
I mean, the other thing is that when we say traditional music, it's a catch-all term that really doesn't describe anything. But, you know, when Jesse's talking about little pockets of people, what's really interesting is that, like, it depends on where you go in the States, right? So back east, we play, you know, as you say, Celtic music. It's mostly Scottish stuff. But if you go down to the eastern part of the United States, like Boston, anywhere in Massachusetts, really, or Chicago, for example, there's a huge Irish scene. But they all kind of rest on the same foundations. So whenever we play a new place in the States, we typically will get like a bluegrass crowd to come out, or like an old-time band, or an old-time crowd to come out, you know what I mean? Because they have the same kind of, they speak the same language.
But I think it's cool for bands like us to start getting a bit more recognized and popular, so that we can promote this kind of music and let people decide, you know, just letting them know that it exists.
Yeah.